All right, from the Red Sox to our favorite team here, the White Sox. Since AJ won't ask the question, what is your
Homer.
favorite? What is your? He's a homer, yes. What is your favorite part of this mess, or most like just mind spinning part of this mess that's going on?
There's no favorite part. It's not a funny thing at all. The one thing that stands out to me, and I'll confess on this one. Last year, I think it was the end of August, I wrote a column basically addressed directly to Tony La Russa saying, "Dear Tony, it's not working." He was out at the time with his health issues. I said, "You shouldn't come back. They're playing better under Cairo," and just that's it. It hasn't worked. My understanding at the time was that La Russa was a huge part of that problem. My feeling now is that obviously there were many other problems that a new manager didn't solve, that there were cultural embedded issues that have not been addressed. Now, La Russa was part of the issue. Okay, that's fine. But man, it's incredible just how this has come apart. And what Keenan Middleton said, and what was backed up by Lance Lynn on this very show, it holds some validity, obviously. Two players feel that way. They're on the record as saying that. It's not being made up. So they talk about addressing their cultural issues. They talked a lot about it yesterday. They haven't done it. And at some point, they've got to figure this out and get better as an organization. Frankly, this is embarrassing, what has happened to them. And they too play in a large market. And here they are just kind of floundering around. So I'm not sure I need to write an apology to La Russa just yet. But put it this way, it wasn't entirely him, that's for sure.
Did you have any problem with what Rick Hahn said about Keenan Middleton's comments? Because he went into a story basically about how he said he wanted to come back next year. I felt like that part was either unnecessary or even a little bit of a threat. Like, obviously, you're not coming back now. And I will say, I give credit to Keenan for actually speaking out in this way. I know we had most fans in the chat were like, thank you for pointing this out, things that we had all been speculating, right? But I want to make sure that players do feel like they have a safe space to be able to speak out when an organization in his mind is not being run correctly, spoke the truth, and then his other teammates backed him up. So I just don't want other guys to be scared, because I do see this sometimes where players are like, I don't want to get in trouble. I'm going to be a free agent soon. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely, I know what you're saying. And what Keenan Middleton said was the exception, that line of remark. He basically told Jesse Rogers of ESPN what he thought about the organization, what ailed the organization. And of course, we all, as reporters, want players speaking out all the time, but they don't always feel comfortable doing that, which I understand. There are ramifications at times. I was surprised by what Rick Hahn said in response to Middleton, basically accusing Middleton of being part of the problem. Given the depth of the White Sox problems, it would seem to me the better course of action on Hahn's part would have been simply to say, he's entitled to his opinion. We have our own opinions. We've got to fix some things, and not gone after the player. I don't know really why he did that. Rick Hahn's got to be frustrated too, no doubt. This is his team. He's put it together, and it's fallen apart, and he's had to take it apart through trades. But yes, I was surprised to hear Hahn say what he did. And even if what Rick Hahn said was perfectly accurate, that Keenan Middleton acted in his own way unprofessionally, it does him no good, in my opinion, to go after Keenan Middleton.
What's the solution, Ken? I know as a White Sox, everyone knows I'm a White Sox fan. I work for the team. I mean, I'm an ambassador for the fans, and I'm going up there this weekend to play in their golf tournament and go to the game on Sunday and talk to fans and talk to people up there. What's the solution?
I hate to suggest that people should lose jobs ever. I'm not comfortable doing that. I'll write about the possibility, but I don't want to say this guy should be fired. But something has to change here. And Ken Williams and Rick Hahn, they've been there a long time, and it's not working right now. So if you're not going to change management, and Jerry Reinsdorf, for all his faults, is extremely loyal to his employees, if he doesn't want to change management, okay, but you've got to pursue a different direction. You've got to change the entire makeup of that roster. And it's not going to be easy to do. You've got some players under longer-term deals, but you kind of have to gut the clubhouse and just start over. Now, whether that's with Rick Hahn and Ken Williams or whether it's with new front office, it doesn't really matter. Either way, in my view, it has to happen because this combination of players has not worked.